What's up guys, my name is Ryan and I've spent the last few summers exploring the wonderful country of Greece, and I want to show you my favorite places, so here's my Greece top 20. Greece has to be one of my all-time favorite countries. It's home to the world's most beautiful beaches, the clearest water you've ever seen, and fascinating history. With Greece now open to tourism, it may be one of the best places to travel this year. Let's start this video off at one of my favorite places in the world, Zakynthos. Now, it's one of the most stunning locations I've ever been to. The most famous place in Zakynthos is Shipwreck Beach. Back in the 1980s, a cargo ship from Turkey was carrying illegal contraband and the Greece Navy crashed them into this cove. Over the years, the sand has built up around the ship and it's created one of the most visually stunning locations in the world. The beach is only accessible by boat, so when I was there, I went on a boat tour for about $20 and headed to the beach. I was just baffled by the size of the cliff walls. I've never seen anything like it. After checking out the beach, I decided to get a view from the cliffs above. The view on top is just as good, if not better. I mean, there's just no other place like it in the world. Now, while we're still in Zakynthos, we're going to head over to the southern side to visit the small island of Marathonisi. While I was in Greece, I wasn't able to get a rental car because I didn't have an international driver's license, but they still let us rent a boat. So me and my buddy George rented one for about $140 and we took off to explore the island of Marathonisi. We drove around the island and docked there for a bit. After, we took off to this cove called Oasis Beach. It had these massive white cliffs and we spent the rest of the day there. It was one of my favorite activities that I've ever done in Greece and I couldn't recommend it more. After Zakynthos, we're going to head over to the beautiful island of Milos. One of the coolest places on the island is the Lefkada Caves. You'll have to take a boat to get there, and there's lots of tour boats that can take you. They have these gorgeous white rocks that jet out of the water, and the water is just so clear. When I imagine Greece, this is what I think of. Another really cool spot on Milos is Santorini Beach. It's a unique beach made of lava that has been bleached by the sun and sea. Another really cool beach on the island is Tissigrado Beach. It's just such a cool little spot to enjoy the Greek sun and Mediterranean Sea. I mean, just looking at this footage makes me want to buy a plane ticket and go there now. Milos is definitely one of the first places I want to travel this summer. After Milos, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit the medieval monasteries of Meteora. Now, located in central Greece, about a 4-hour drive from Athens, Meteora is home to 6 monasteries built upon nearly inaccessible rock pillars. During the 14th century, monks were facing attacks from Turkish raiders, so they needed a place where they could worship in safety. They decided to start building the monasteries upon the rocks. These places of worship were perfect for the monks because the only way to reach them was by climbing long ladders. The monasteries became a place of refuge, and over 20 monasteries were built during the 14th century. I was lucky enough to go here a few years ago. When I got there, I was just amazed by the architecture of these monasteries. They are perched perfectly on the cliff edge, and you wonder how people could have built these in the medieval times. Monks and nuns currently live in the 6 surviving monasteries. The largest one is the monastery of Crete Mykonos. If you ever visit Greece, you gotta make sure you visit this magical place. Now, after, we're going to head over to the massive Vikos Gorge. Now, special thanks to my friend Victor Poznov for helping me out with this footage from here and many other places throughout the video. I'll link his channel in the description below. Now, Vikos Gorge is one of the most impressive geographical features in the country. It holds the world record for being the deepest gorge relative to its width, being over 490 meters deep in some sections. One of the best ways to see the gorge is from the Oxia viewpoint. You'll be able to get incredible panoramic views. Now, near the gorge, there are lots of charming little towns such as Konitsa. It lies at the base of the massive mountains, and it's a perfect place to stay if you want to explore Vikos and the surrounding area. Afterwards, we're going to head over to the seaside town of Parga. Now, located in northwestern Greece, about a 2-hour drive from Vikos, Parga is the perfect secluded bay right on the Ionian Sea. Now, one thing I love about the city is that you have this little island with a church on it. It would be so fun to swim out to. There's also the ruins of an 11th century Venetian castle that you can explore. and it's just hard to beat the ambience of this charming town. After, we're going to drive down to the Greek island of Lefkada. Now, located about an hour from Parga, one thing convenient about Lefkada is that you can drive here since it's connected to the mainland by a causeway. The landscape reminds me a lot of Zakynthos, with white cliffs and green vegetation contrasted with the Cerulean Sea. Now, one beautiful beach on the island is Porto Katsiki. It's located more towards the end of the island, and it's surrounded by steep cliffs. I mean, it just looks so incredible. Now, at the very tip of the island is Cape Lefkada. It's a zigzag shaped cape with a scenic lighthouse overlooking the Ionian Sea. I mean, just hard to beat the views of this Greek island. Now, afterwards, we're going to head to the island that's right below Lefkada called Kefalonia. Now, one place that Kefalonia is famous for is Myrto Beach. It's a massive 1.5 mile long stretch of white sand that has been voted Greece's best beach many times. Another popular place in Kefalonia is the Melisani Cave. It's this beautiful underground lake with crystal clear water that you can take a boat on. Now, after Kefalonia, we're going to visit the city of Athens. It's the capital and largest city in Greece, and it's one of the world's oldest cities. I have to say that Athens is one of my favorite cities in all of Europe. It's just such a wild place with so much history. Now, one of my favorite places in Athens is the Acropolis. It costs about 20 euros to get in, so it's a little expensive, but it's totally worth it. From the Acropolis, you're able to get incredible panoramic view of all of Athens. There's just an endless sea of white buildings with mountains in the background. If you do go to Greece, I definitely recommend exploring Athens for at least a day or two. It's just such a unique place. After Athens, we're going to head up to the city of Thessaloniki. Now, located in northern Greece, about a 6 hours drive from Athens, Thessaloniki is the country's second largest city with a population around 1 million. It was founded all the way back in 315 BC, and it grew to become the second largest and wealthiest city of the Byzantine Empire. Now, one of my favorite features of the city is the White Tower. It was built around the 15th century, and it was a notorious prison. Today, it stands as a testament to Thessaloniki's historical past. After Thessaloniki, we're going to make the 1 hour drive to Mount Olympus, or otherwise known as the mythical mountain of the gods. Now, this may be one of the most epic locations in all of Greece. At 9,570 feet high, it is the highest mountain in the country. Now, according to Greek mythology, this is where Zeus and other Greek gods resided. To hike Mount Olympus, it takes about 2 to 3 days to hike, and it's recommended that you have a guide because it can be quite dangerous and confusing at times. Now, the area around Mount Olympus is just as stunning. At the base of the mountain, there's this town called Litokoro, and right next to the town is this stunning gorge with towering cliff walls and green vegetation that leads up to Mount Olympus. I mean, just such an incredible area. Now, another beautiful mountain in Greece is Mount Giona. Now, this is a scenic mountain located in central Greece, about a 3 hours drive from Athens. It has an elevation of 8,235 feet, making it the 5th highest mountain in the country. I just love the green grass that contrasts the rocky peaks. I mean, it's a great place to camp, and maybe you'll run into some wild horses. I mean, just such a gorgeous place. I hope you can check out. Afterwards, we're going to take a drive across the Rion-Antirion Bridge. At nearly 3 kilometers long, this is one of the longest bridges of its kind. I remember driving across this bridge at night, and I didn't realize how huge it was. During the day, it's quite the sight as it crosses the Gulf of Corinth with the backdrop of the mountains. It was completed in 2004, one day before the Athens Summer Olympics. Talk about good timing. After, we're going to head to Voidokilia Beach. This may be one of the most uniquely shaped beaches in all of Greece. It resembles the Greek letter omega. I mean, just so freaking cool. Now, located about a 3 hours drive from Athens, Voidokilia Beach is the perfect place to spend on a hot summer day. Aside from enjoying the beach, you can hike up to the old Navarino Castle. It's an abandoned 13th century fortress, and you'll be able to get incredible views of the whole area. I mean, it's just such a cool place. Now, another fascinating spot in Greece is the Corinth Canal. Now, located about an hour's drive from Athens, the Corinth Canal is 4 miles long that connects the Aegean to the Ionian Sea. Now, it's crazy it was finished all the way back in 1893. Since it's so narrow, most modern ships can't make it through, but it's still a cool tourist attraction and fun boat ride if your ship can squeeze through the canal. Now, one of my favorite medieval places in Greece is the island of Monemvasia. Now located about a 4 hours drive from Athens, Monemvasia is this little island with an impressive medieval fortress. It was founded all the way back in the 6th century, and during the Middle Ages it grew to become an important maritime trade center. Today it's a charming village, still surrounded by its medieval walls. It makes you wonder what it must have been like to live there during medieval times. Now another Greek medieval place is the island of Rhodes. Now special thanks to my friend All Day Drone for helping me out with footage. He has some of the best content on Rhodes, and I'll link his channel in the description below. Now Rhodes is an island full of intriguing history. Now one of my favorite places in Rhodes is its old town. During the 14th century, the Knights of Hospitaller occupied Rhodes and converted a former Byzantine fortress into the palace of the Grand Master. It's one of the few examples of Gothic architecture in all of Greece, which is such an impressive medieval building. Afterwards, we're going to visit the island of Crete. Now Crete is by far the largest island in Greece and the 5th largest in the Mediterranean. From 2700 BC, Crete was the center of Europe's first advanced civilization, the Minoans, which is pretty fascinating. Today it's a thriving island with so much to do. One of the most popular beaches on Crete is Lefkada Beach. It's a uniquely shaped beach with crystal clear water. You can walk across the sandbar and go explore the island. I mean, just such a cool place. Now another popular Greek island is Mykonos. Known for its vibrant nightlife and white buildings, Mykonos is nicknamed the Island of Wind, and there's some really cool windmills you can check out. It's just such a fun place. Now for our final destination, we're going to the iconic island of Santorini. This may be Greece's most popular destination. I went here a few summers ago and it lived up to its hype. One of the most famous places on Santorini is Aya. When you think of Greece, this is it. White houses, blue roofs, and an insane backdrop. I went there early in the morning and had the most incredible sunrise ever. Another town on Santorini is Thera. It's this little town that's built on the rim of a volcano. A really cool beach on the island is Red Beach. It's famous for its maroon colored sand and red cliffs that make you feel like you're on Mars. Well, that is it for my Greece top 20. I love this country so much. I hope you can visit soon. Let me know where your favorite place is in Greece in the comments below. I started a new channel where I post hour-long relaxation films with calming music. I made a film of Greece that covers all the places from this video and more. I'll link it at the end of the video and in the description below. Also, check out my buddy Victor Posnov's channel so we can get him to 1,000 subscribers. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.